Are you bored yet? This is a fingerstyle version with the melody and the chords and a bass line in all at the same time. The capo, boop, 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 is on the 6th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Between the two dots here. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to slap the bass strings with your thumb, and that kind of happens with this little wrist rotating action. Then you're going to take your thumb and you're going to pick the open D string and the 3rd fret of the B string. And this is all relative to the capo, so like 1, 2, 3, right? So those two together, then another slap. And then you're plucking an open D and a high E with your thumb and your ring. So your thumb is going to operate these 3 mostly, and then your index is going to do the G, your middle is going to do the B, and your ring is going to do the high E strings. So moving on, you've got open D, open E, and I'm leaving my fingers on my left hand for this little part right here with my first finger on the 2nd fret of the G string and my ring finger staying on the 3rd fret of the B string. So open D and E, and then another open D, and then 1 and 2 we're going to pluck the 2nd and 3rd frets over here on the G and B, and then a slap, and then open D and E again. And that all sounds like this. One more time. Now we're moving on, and you're going to shift your You're going to put your middle finger down on the 3rd fret of the big E string, and you're going to add your pinky to the high E while leaving that ring finger on the 3rd fret of and this pinky's on the 3rd fret, leaving your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. So then you're going to pluck the big E and little E, and then pull off where you're flicking the high E string. Then you're going to pluck and slap at the same time. So your middle finger on your right hand is going to pluck the B string, and your thumb is going to slap the A and E at the same time. Then you've got to pluck a big E, and then the 2 E's, the big E and little E together. And then you're going to pluck and slap at the same time again. Then you're going to pull everything off of the left hand and hit an open big E to prep yourself for the next chord, which is a C chord. So you got 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. 1 1st fret B, 2 2nd fret D, 3 3rd fret A. And then you're plucking the A and B strings. So all of that little section sounds like this. So starting there, moving on, then you're going to slap the big strings again, and then you're going to put your pinky finger down on the 3rd fret of the B string, but leave your first finger there on the 1st fret of the B for what's going to happen later. So you're plucking A and B together, and then you're going to do A, and then the 1st fret on B, and then another slap, and then putting that pinky finger back down on the B string, and you're plucking A and B again. So that little section sounds like this. And then you're going to leave the 1 and 2 fingers on your left hand, this guy and this guy there, and you're going to move these 2 fingers from here to here. So you're keeping the same shape, and then you're going from the A and D to the D and G strings. And you're going to pluck an open E and a little e and a D string at the same time. And then you're going to do 3 pulling off to 1, and you're going to slap when you go to the 1. So 3, slap. And moving on, you're going to pluck the 3rd fret of the D string, and then you're plucking the 2nd and 3rd fret, 2nd fret of the G, 3rd fret of the D together, and then you're moving on to 1 and 2 on the 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B, and 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D, plucking those together. So that little section sounds like this. Again. Alright, so then we're coming back to start over. Then you're going to pluck the D and the B together, and then a slap. D and B. So your 1 finger comes back to the 2nd fret of the G string, and your ring finger comes back to the 2nd fret of the 3rd fret of the B string, and you're going to pluck the open D string and a B string together, and then a slap, and then you're doing D and open E, open D, open E strings together, a D string, and then G and B, and then a slap, and then open D and E again. And that little chunk sounds like this. Moving on, you're putting that middle finger back down on the 3rd fret and the pinky finger getting ready to do a pull off on the little E string, and you're doing a slap and pluck at the same time again, and then you're plucking the big E on the 3rd fret and big E and little E, big E 3rd fret, little E open, and then you're plucking and slapping again on the 3rd fret of the B, and then an open E. That little chunk goes like this. And then we're moving on to a C chord. So you're plucking your left hand is 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and then your right hand is doing, you're playing the A and B strings, and then a slap, putting the pinky down on the 3rd fret of the B, and you're plucking the A and B strings again, and then an A by itself, taking the pinky off to do the 1 fret on the B string, and then you're slapping again, and then putting the pinky back down to get the 3rd fret on the A and 3rd fret on the B. So that little part is like this. And then you're shifting these 2 fingers over again, and then you're going to pluck the D string and open E string like this, and then you're going to do a 3 pull off to 1, and when you hit the 1 you're going to do a slap, and then 3rd fret on the D string, and then 3rd fret on the D string with the 2nd fret on the G, and then 2nd fret on the D and an open G. So that little part sounds like this. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three.